Asante sana for joining us for another classic episode of the Weekend Edition. I'm your host, Dr. Kingori. We have a great show lined up for you. One of the fun things we intend to do on this episode is to fact check one of the most beloved entertainers in this country, DJ Afro. Especially places zenye huongea Chinese.
Ajabu ni kuwa communication, mawasiliano baina ya huyu mtoto na jamaa wetu ni ngumu, kwa sababu mtoto anaongea Kizungu, jamaa wetu hajui Kizungu, anajua tu Chinese. Sasa kitaka kumwambia funga macho, anamwambia nyonyongonyo.
Sawa, our guest for this episode is a content creator. She teaches Chinese in the country and I know you love her. Miyang Zhao is in the house. We'll be talking to her in a bit, but first, this week, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua revealed that he first procured his first underwear in Form 2. You've got to love Riggy for being such an open person. No pun intended. Now, I know this story is a highlight of the humble beginnings our Deputy President has come from, so it's accurate to say that unajuanga umeanza kuomoka ile time umeanza kuvaa underwear. And now I understand what people mean by kukafunga. Unajua nimekuwa najiuliza kukafunga ni kanini kanafungwa. Now when Riggy G's testimony hit the headlines, a lot made sense, especially this.
If you want to hang us, we are helpless. If you want to remove our trousers and whip us on the buttock, go ahead. We don't have the money.
Now, do you see why the deputy president was not afraid kuchapwa bila suruali na governors ndio watoe pesa? It's because of experience. Alichapwa na maisha bila suruali mpaka Form 2. That's like 16 years experience. Now, this goes out to all Riggy G's haters. Those who doubt that he's an honest man. That right there was the naked truth. Now, the position of the underwear as a status symbol has just been validated, and that explains the sagging culture in hip-hop. In other news, Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen hit the airwaves, like literally this week, for this video of him making an announcement on a flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. For your own safety and comfort, remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Now, word is that when they learned that the speech was being made by a politician, for the first time, passengers had to check under their seats to see if the floaters were actually there. God forbid, maze, imagine if the plane lands on water, alafu una swim kwa Indian Ocean. Mhesh, maze, ulituambia chini ya kiti kuna floater. Now, I'm very sorry. Seems like the previous regime did everything to make sure that they will leave Kenyans sinking. Now, haters claim that this is probably why the internet was awash with claims of local flights getting delayed. You know, anywhere a politician is involved, there is no guarantee of anything being delivered on time. Now, still on politics, Azimio leader Raila Odinga unlawfully declared 20th March a public holiday to facilitate for the mass action protests. Now, an interesting point to note in the announcement was when Honorable Martha Karua was correcting Baba on the actual date.
Hereby now declare today, in the name of Azimio, the Umoja One Kenya Alliance Coalition, that Monday, 23rd of March, let me repeat again. We declare that Monday, the 20th of March, will be a public holiday.
Now, I don't think Baba announcing the 23rd was a mistake. It just confirms what people say. Baba is ahead of time. Ni kama vile tu wahenga usema, mahali mzee anaona kama amekaa chini. Now, that cannot apply hapa. Mzee hajakaa chini. Sasa ndio anatafuta kiti. Now, elsewhere, members of the clergy in Western Kenya have come out to deny the legitimacy of Yesu wa Tongaren. You know, every passing week, something happens that goes one step further to prove that Yesu wa Tongaren could be legit. Think about it. We have less than a month to Easter. That is when Jesus was crucified. And just like in the Bible, the church has already come out to deny the Son of Man. This comes in the wake of reports that Yesu wa Tongaren had rushed to the police for security over concern because of a plan to crucify him next week but one. tunaweza kaa hivi tukifikiria hizo vitu za kusulubisha Yesu wa Tongaren ni jokes mazee. Alafu upate kumbe na hii njaa watu wanataka kuforce matanga. And that will be an interesting twist for Yesu wa Tongaren to feed 5,000 people. But then again, this is Western Kenya. You don't need Yesu wa Tongaren to feed 5,000 people when you have Cleophas Malala.
We are under control. Everybody, mtu yote amekaa hapa paka aende nyumbani na lunch. We have capacity, man.
I repeat, Maze, there's something biblical about Western Kenya. Anyway, we have a great show lined up for you. Miyang Zhao joins us on the other end of this short commercial break. See you in a bit. Hey, Maze. Asante sana. Welcome back to the weekly edition. I'm your host, Dr. Kingori. Karibuni sana. Maze, episode yetu ya leo, we have our guest is a content creator. He's doing big things on TikTok. Mnamjua for adapting to the Kenyan culture, but she teaches Chinese on top of content creation. Today we have a window into the Chinese culture, and labda tutakuwa na crash program ya kulan. Miyang Zhao is in the house. Thank you. Welcome to the show, Miyang.
Thank you very much.
Did I pronounce that correctly? Miyang.
Very, very.
And then the Zhao?
Zhao.
It's Zhao.
Zhao.
Ah, okay.
You have to
The
roll the
Zhao.
tongue. Zhao.
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 Food is one of the things actually you've had to adapt to.
Yeah,
Like from
of
what
course.
you eat in China and what you eat here.
Yes, yes.
How did you transition?
It took me like few weeks, by the way. You know, my stomach was not accepting it at first. Was not agreeing, yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
That brings us to what was your stomach used to?
Yeah, even you, if you go to China, you experience the same. Yeah, especially if you go to a place where people eat of chili, you know, you will have some serious issues. Yeah,
A lot of
you know
chili.
what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, people make fun of how I think it shouldn't actually be fun. It's how open the Chinese are when it comes to food, right? Like in terms of, let's say for example, on the animals part, like what are the kind of some of the animals that animals that are eaten in China that when you came here you found?
You mean the ones that you don't find them here?
Yes.
Okay, I know what people actually, when they think of like the way Chinese eat, the first thing come to their mind maybe like dog meat, you know, and maybe things like snake, you know. But they're not common food. Okay, some people eat, but not very common, yeah.
Oh, it's not common?
No.
It's just that people assume.
Okay, people eat them, but of course, like snake is very expensive, so they're usually eaten in very expensive hotels, not just ordinary homes, you know. So it's not really about the, you know, it sounds weird, but of course it's also very expensive.
Like, so snake is like cool kids food, like snake is up there with
Yeah.
like turkey and stuff.
Yes, like those, like in Kenya we have like which kind of meat very expensive. For example, like okay, I don't know which kind of meat is more expensive in Kenya. So
I'll just give you a contrast. Like, why should the snake be expensive? Like, what's the difference between a snake and motura, for example?
you know, first of all, you know, it's not all snakes can be eaten. You know, some of them they are poison, so it's dangerous to eat. And again, for people to get them, it's very hard. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
And also, snake has another function. It's like has the medicinal part of it.
Wow.
Some people they soak them in a wine. It becomes like the snake wine, and then you can treat some problems of your body.
Snake wine.
Yes. yes.
Wow. Can a motura business work in China first?
Okay, maybe it can work as like a street food. We also have a lot of street food in China also, a lot of them.
But you don't have motura there.
Okay, not exactly the same, but maybe something, the preparation could be different, yeah.
It will be the same thing, but how it is prepared.
Yeah, because we also eat like matumbo such, but you know, we cook them differently.
You even have matumbo in China?
Yeah, and the people like it because, you know, but in China they wash it too clean, you know. It's like even, the color it turns like, you don't even remove that layer of the, how do you call it, that brownish thing. So it's like you find that the color is different and people wanted to clean it very well. They believe it's not very clean, you know.
So they clean it back, they just eat the polythene?
They only eat that's the one in the center, that part.
That's the only part they eat now?
Yeah, they remove the brown thing, the rough thing, I don't know how to call it. And then there's something brownish, they remove those, yeah.
Then that's not matumbo.
Yeah, but people eat.
The whole matumbo out of?
Yeah, people here, they believe you need to not wash it so clean so that you can feel the original taste of it.
We like to play dirty. Cultures are very different,
Yes.
should not be made fun of, should be celebrated. You have people who can cook a dog, right?
Yeah, dog meat, yeah.
Yes, dog meat. Deep fried. But then, how do these people separate dog as meat and dog as pet?
Oh, we don't eat
Like,
pet.
how
Pet,
do you
no.
hang
Pet
out
food
with
don't eat
Bosco?
pets.
Yes?
Yeah. You don't eat pets. Pets, no. We don't eat pets.
So there's standardization. Like unajua, for us in Kenya, we don't pet chicken. We cannot pet a goat, right?
Yeah.
But in China, there's a section of people who are okay deep frying a dog, right?
Yeah.
Or there's a certain type of dog that can be fried and a certain type of dog that is good as a pet.
Yeah. Okay, generally people don't eat pets. That one, I've never had one like they're cooking their pets. No.
But a dog is a pet. Oh,
I'm talking
it's
about those one like the
yours.
Chihuahua, that type. Those pets people don't eat.
Oh, just the chihuahuas.
Such, the similar ones, yeah. Like the German Shepherd, those one people don't eat those ones, no.
Or the German shepherds. But
They
those
don't
are the
eat
ones
those
that
ones.
have meat.
No, people don't eat those, no. Like those, how do I describe?
The
Like those
bulldog.
dogs, you have seen them, like the ones they usually, how do you call it? Those ordinary ones.
People eat the ordinary dogs, like the mtaani ones. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how to call those ones. Yeah, they eat those ones.
akina Simba.
But I remember when I was young, even in our hometown,
Yes.
some people, they could put something poison so that they kill them and then they go and cook, because it's very hard to catch a dog because they can bark, it's hard to get them. So there's a kind of medicine they mix in the food of the dog. They eat and then they fall
They
asleep and they
sleep.
die peacefully like that. Yeah, the people used to get them and then they just take them like that. Yeah, I've heard such stories.
Nice. That's an interesting thing to say. Like dogs are not slaughtered like chicken.
No.
They are sedated.
Yeah, sometimes they go and give them some medicine or something, yeah.
So that means they are not even slaughtered. They go through surgery.
Yeah, the way how sometimes some animals, how they are how they are killed or prepared is different. Like rabbit, do you know how Chinese kill rabbit? They don't slaughter. They put them upside down, then they put some wine. They get drunk in that wine, they die. Yeah, the rabbit.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah, rabbits, they fear wine. So if you put them in a wine and like this for some seconds, they don't breathe, and that wine, yeah, it makes them to
They are drunk.
yeah, they're drunk and then they just die slowly like that.
Well, and then you eat meat that is 40% alcohol.
No, they have not taken the wine, but that smell already is making them,
Yeah, it's making them drunk.
Yes.
So you just boil it like that.
Of course, you have to remove the skin and the fat and all that.
Oh, and have you ever had a chance? Like, you were in China for some years.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a chance to taste a dog? Like,
Dog meat, I ate once, yeah. When I was young, our neighbor prepared, and then it was winter. I remember we were told to go and join them to eat. Yeah, I ate.
did you know?
Yes, I knew.
What do you eat it with? With ugali? Ama umpwa choma? As in?
Okay, in China, the dog meat usually they are prepared not dry fried. It's we call them hot pot. So it's like there's a way you fry and then you put some soup, you boil.
Yes.
In China, rice is very common. The staple food.
Yes,
rice
yes.
or something to do with like noodles, such. Yeah.
Oh, so dog is mostly eaten with rice. It's a delicacy. Recently, we had a very interesting conversation around the mall that was opened on Thika Road, the China Square, right?
Yeah.
And people, the owner, it was a very controversial conversation, and people were saying, the owner actually said that the things that he is selling, he came and found that the price was a little steep locally. What was your experience? When you came to Kenya, I'm sure you had to buy a few things.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself saying, no, I'm not buying this, this is too high for this? Have you ever found yourself in that situation?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I compare how much in China and here. Okay, if I send them from China, it will be cheaper. But of course, nowadays, you look at the transport by freight, it's really expensive. So sometimes if you can get them from here, you just buy because, it's easier, it's instant,
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of products, China has been criticized for, say, substandard products, right? And I think to some extent it gets to a level of people associate fake and Chinese, right? Which, how do you feel about that? And what is the explanation behind it?
Okay, yes, I also actually, people sometimes come and ask me why Chinese things are cheap and some of them they are not of high quality and they get break easily, Okay, what I know is like, for example, like in China, we have different like quality, yeah? Different level. So it's all about depends on your pocket.
Yes.
And of course, another thing why people here they say things are poor quality, but that one, okay, some of the business people might say, maybe no, because you don't want to be like to be known why they are cheap. I mean, why things of poor quality? Because some of the business people they bring maybe let's say the cheapest from China. So of course, what kind of quality do you expect?
Yes.
They want to maximize their profit margin.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah. Sawa. Interesting that you're also doing collaborations with Kenyan
Yes.
actors, and it's very, very good content. Please go check out Miyang's Twitter and social media. Actually, she also has a very active YouTube channel. And then, in the same interest, if someone, let's say, for example, if I learned Chinese 3 months and I want to go test there, let's say I want to be in an environment where I can eat a snake and maybe I can afford it. What would be your advice for someone who wants to immigrate to China? Of course, you've already said that the pressure is too high there. What would be your advice for someone who wants to immigrate from Kenya or another country to go live in China?
Okay, I would suggest that first you go and see. Maybe you go as a visitor or maybe a student just to see, observe things around and to adjust yourself. Then you can decide where you want to stay. Yeah, because the culture is very different, and also language, of course, is the big challenge. So you need to at least to have the basic Chinese.
Is there a struggle in terms of accommodating what people believe and what you know?
Okay, I think it's important just to respect people's religion, and of course you don't say yours is better, or maybe being a Christian is better than a Muslim. No, sometimes we don't have choice because, like for example, it depends on where you are born. Automatically, for example, if your parents are Muslim, you become Muslim. You understand? Because so that's my opinion. So for me, okay, I find it's good to have a religion. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but for me, because the environment I grew up with, so it's different. And for us, most Chinese don't have religion, but we believe in doing good things. Yeah.
That's an interesting thing you say. Most Chinese don't have religion.
Yeah.
You just grow up as a human being. You are a person. You just know good and don't do bad things.
Yeah, but we have a specific course in primary school we learn.
Yes.
It's like the CIE here you learn, but us we call it like. It's a thing that for teaching you about about good manners and to be a good person, that kind of course. Yes.
And how do you manage to be good people without the threat of eternal fire?
But in China, you say, you also in English of a saying, it's like what goes around comes around. So if you do bad things, definitely you understand. God is watching. Of course, that one we also believe,
You believe that God is watching?
Yes.
But you don't believe in God?
We believe in God. It's only we don't go to church,
Oh, you believe in God?
Yeah.
Or you believe someone is watching?
Yes.
But it's not the person other people believe is watching. So there is a person watching. If you do bad things, that person will see you.
Yeah, even like you do bad things, even something bad will happen to you, things like that.
Have you seen the practicality of that? As in, is there evidence of someone doing bad things and bad things happening to them, and then now this pumps up the belief people have?
Yeah, a lot of people believe that, by the way. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. That's not, that is like Christianity without going to church. It's like Christianity without giving tithe.
Okay. So there's some people also, they don't go to church every Sunday, right? But they are Christian.
So those are the Chinese
Yeah.
of
Yes.
Kenyan. Just that they are branded. Okay. Sawa. And have you gotten a response to your content in China?
What happens, like the TikTok, the version we're using, is different from the Chinese TikTok. Because the Chinese TikTok is more for the people who are in China mainland, and we use Chinese language. So due to the language barrier, a lot of Chinese don't know English. So, and again, the Chinese, like when you're in China, you cannot have both TikTok. So of course people will use the Chinese TikTok. English one they may not even understand, enjoy, because they don't understand the language.
Really?
But for me, I have both because I'm here. So I have the Chinese TikTok, I have the other one, yeah.
The Chinese TikTok cannot work outside China?
It can, but the English one might not work well in China.
It might not work well in China.
Yes, you have to use some VPN. Yes, it's not. You cannot download it easily. Yeah.
Really?
Even some of the things are not. Some of the apps are not you cannot use in
Accessible.
China, like Gmail, like WhatsApp, those ones. Yeah.
You don't have that at all.
You have to use VPN. You have to pay something to use.
Oh, really?
That is now between like countries and countries. There's some war. I don't know what they're aware of. China and America and there's some there's issues behind.
It's a political thing.
Yes, political thing. Because they didn't want the Chinese WeChat. So China said, like, we don't want your Gmail, we don't want your Google, we don't want such. So
really?
yeah.
Even WhatsApp. As big
WhatsApp,
as
no, we
WhatsApp
can't.
is.
Yeah, unless you use VPN, you pay something, and then we download some special apps. You pay something every month, then you can use.
So if you don't invest in paying for the VPN, someone complains, "Oh, babe, why are you grey ticking me?" No, babe, I was in China. Like, that is something that is, widely accepted. So in China, we have someone who's never heard of WhatsApp. In fact, a big population who's never heard of Gmail, which means they've
Because in
never
China, we
heard
use
of
some
YouTube.
Chinese apps. You know, we have WeChat. WeChat is the most common one.
Yes.
Yeah, we have some other webs, or those common apps we use in China. Yes.
One of the popular things that we've had was a one-child policy.
Okay, it was there before, but right now
It is not there.
Yes, yes.
It was like a rule for couples that you only have one shot. Like, if you ever want to have a child, you only have one tick.
Yeah,
and
that was
that's
in
it.
the from 1980s. Let's see.
Yes, yes. How did they ensure that people do not sin beyond the threshold?
Let's see, how did the government like to control that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, what happens like when the couple has like one child, you have to like make sure the lady has to be like done that operation so that you don't get another kid. And then, okay, if you refuse completely, now they might put the money in jail or they fine you a lot of money, you know.
You could be arrested for having
Yes,
children, like an extra law.
Yeah, because by then China was very poor, so the government said the only way we can now make the economy to grow is by controlling the population. Yes, that's why.
What is the relationship between children and poverty?
You know, you cannot give them quality life and quality education when your kids are many. Let's see, maybe some of them, they drop school because of fees, you know. So it means now we not have, like people who are educated will be less. You don't have chance maybe to learn like a course that you desire to learn.
Okay.
Yes.
And did that help?
Yes, it helped, but of course later the problem also occurred because you realize now the young generation, the population is quite low, but the old people are many. So they realize, no, that's a problem. It means the young generation will have a lot of pressure to take care of like so many old people,
Yes.
you understand? So it's like 1 versus 4. Now it will be too much pressure for the youth. So they decided now we need to change the policy.
Okay. Sawa, makofi ya Miyang mazi. Asante. Asante sana. That's it for the Wicked Edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.